This video is brought to you by Big PP Reddit. I genuinely want to slaughter my own father. My dad is a pile of chic. He constantly degraded every single one of his children. Just now, he kicked my dog for barking at him. Since he's never home, my dog doesn't know who he is. He used to beat me and my siblings when we were young and weak enough to let him do so. He's already disowned my older brother and sister. I've tried distancing myself from him multiple times, failing each time. I want him ducking dead. I fantasize about killing him. He's a pathetic excuse for a man. He never loved my mother. I don't know what she ever saw in that pathetic sack of chic. I will celebrate when the people I hate die. I have a list of people I hate. It's not a physical list or anything, just one in my head with the people I absolutely despise. Instead of voicing my anger or hatred towards them, I just take a deep breath and tell myself that the day they die I'm buying myself a bouquet of flowers and a shot, and that usually makes me feel a lot better. I talk to myself a lot. It's something I've done my entire life. My dad is really big on talking to himself, and so is my grandma. So I might have picked it up from them growing up. But now I do it so much I'm starting to feel like I'm crazy lol. Whenever I do it, if I hear someone coming I immediately stop like I've been caught doing something god-awful. It's never even just a quick mumble. I will talk aloud for 10 to 30 minutes multiple, and I mean multiple, times a day. I will stop what I'm doing just to talk to myself if I feel like I need to. The real question is, how much is too much when it comes to talking to yourself? I really hate being a nice person. When you're nice, or people think you are, they don't take you seriously. They walk all over you. That is your defining characteristic to them, which is boring to a lot of people. The worst part is most nice people don't even know how to stop being nice. A lot of us would if we could. I have tried so many times, but I can't seem to help it, and I don't know why. I have made progress in the last year or so, and am not as nice as I used to be, but if you don't want to be nice anymore, it's actually a huge struggle to try and change that about yourself. I really don't blame people who aren't nice or are unfriendly. People being assholes for no reason isn't okay, but not being nice to people all the time and going out of your way for them, even friends, is understandable. Because people will take advantage of kindness. I'm putting myself to rest in a couple of days. My 2 weeks is in at work. I am moving out from my friend's house. I have gotten rid of most of my belongings. I've left all my money in an envelope for a friend, and I have a perfect day planned out to bathe in the sun. Eat some good takeout food, listen to my favorite songs, and then take my own life. I'm happy I had an opportunity to experience life, but I am tired of this 12-year-long struggle to really feel some sort of attachment or real happiness in this life. It's not about where things went wrong or what I wish was different. It simply isn't for me. I know it'll hurt those who love me, but I hope they can understand that I want to rest. I don't want to be guilt-tripped into this existence anymore. When I was 15, my church leader sexually pursued me. When I was 15, I attended a youth group at church. One of my youth leaders, an attractive, bubbly and seemingly well-put-together Christian man, took interest in me. We hooked up on a few occasions and I was ecstatic. I was so in love with the person he had portrayed himself to be, but I saw a whole new side of him when we hooked up. Like a kind of sexually aggressive side that no one could ever guess would come from him, but he would switch right back into his kind, bubbly, Jesus-loving self once we were done. The church found out and I was contacted but refused to say anything about it. He hasn't spoken to me since. It's been a year since then, but I think about it every single day. Sometimes I purposely do things that will trigger flashbacks just so I can re-experience it and feel closer to him, but I am always an emotional wreck after doing so. I have no idea how to feel because I am still so infatuated by him, but at the same time am experiencing symptoms in a way that can only be explained by the experience being traumatic to me. I've hooked up with older guys before, but I've never been affected this way. I was going to kill myself today. But as I was sitting writing my note, a woman and her young son walked past to feed the ducks. Seeing them reminded me of myself and my little boy, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't imagine leaving him, no matter what I'm going through. I'll carry on for him. Edit. Thank you so much for all of the kind comments. I never thought people would care. I just made this post as a sort of benchmark to remind myself to keep going. I'm sitting here crying my heart out reading some of these. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to message or comment to me. I've been in a really dark place, and life has just been so hard to the point I felt everyone would just be better off with me gone. But today has made me realize that the truth is different, no matter what it makes me think. I'll get through this. Once again, Thank you for the kind comments. And to everyone who had something nasty to comment or message me, then I sincerely hope you never feel as low as I did today, and I hope that if you ever do, someone else shows you the compassion that you haven't. Also, just to clarify to some, I am indeed female. All the best everyone. I'm off to tuck my son into bed and cuddle him extra close. Edit 2. Wow. I've just woke up and my inbox has absolutely exploded. I just want to say once again I am so moved by the response this has gotten. Thank you for your messages and chats, every single one, and thank you for the awards. I'm sorry if I don't reply, I'm a bit overwhelmed and it's a lot to take in, but I'm so appreciative that you've taken the time to send me a message. I hate influencers. I couldn't help but feel happy to read earlier in the week that social media influencers' sponsors were pulling support due to the lockdown. I obviously don't want people to be put in financial trouble, but I feel that the influencer trend is absolute shit and does nothing to help the world or the minds of young impressionable people. The amount of issues in young people that stem from these people's poisonous personalities is ridiculous. Saying that I am sure some are good people, but they need to stop having such a large stake in people's lives and society needs to shun them. I made a copy of a former friend's house key with the intent to rob them. I still carry the key months later. Not sure where to start on this one, but it's been eating at me this entire week and I feel like I have to get it off my chest. For the last couple of years up until half a year ago, I used to help out the family of a girl I wanted to bone, real champion of ethics here. From that simple desire, I got led down a path that I thankfully got away from because that entire family is fucking insane. Father is in prison for using and selling meth. Mom is a male entertainer addicted to alcohol and other body-purifying substances. The daughter, the one I wanted to bone, was the textbook definition of a dumb blonde plus she had extreme odd. And the only slightly normal one was a 13-year-old daughter who their mother willingly bought alcohol and weed for. Despite this, they actually had some wealth hidden away. Getting a copy of their house key was easy when the mom left all her keys in my car on a solo trip to City Hall. After that, it was just a minute trip to the local hardware store and spending $1.25 to get a copy. I was gone 5 minutes and she didn't even have a clue she left them in my car. After that, it was just finding where the jewelry was hidden and waiting for a good opportunity. They lived in a very poor part of town where burglaries are common, but despite this they didn't invest in any sort of anti-theft system anywhere. No cameras, no alarms, no animals, nothing. The big issue with at least one of them was always home. Despite this inconvenience, I found the jewelry in a little metal container stuffed back behind a store's worth of sex toys in the mom's closet. Easy to explore the house when everyone is blackout drunk at 3 a.m. I obviously couldn't take it then, so I left it and put all the gross fucking toys right back where I found them. Now all I had to do was wait for the opportunity. The closest I came was when they all went to Florida for a week. But some other hole broken an hour earlier before I got there. The place was swarming with police and only because the idiot had broken a window to get in and alerted the neighbors. My plan would have been to go through front with the key and leave through the back door in the garage. Leaving it unlocked to make it look like they forgot to lock that door, they often did anyways since it barely opens and the top 2 hinges are missing. Since then, I've never gotten another opportunity. I've completely thrown all those psychos out of my life. But I still have that house key. It's actually right alongside my own house key and my car keys on my keychain. So that's my confession that's been eating at me. I don't feel better at all. I actually feel stupid that I cut them out because I haven't had a drop of alcohol since then. The mom paid me and such for driving them around and doing miscellaneous tasks. I couldn't tell you why I still have the key. Maybe it's just the thought that I have this ridiculously easy crime I could commit or that I have all this wealthy knowledge hidden behind one simple key. Would I do it now given the opportunity? No, it's not worth the time to scope the place and figure out when they next all leave together. I've got a fairly successful job now. Whatever jewelry was there, I make almost double in a month. Back then, I was jobless and living at my parents' house since money was tight for me. TL, doctor. Got a copy of a key to a friend's house to later rob them, but the right opportunity never showed up. Also, my keychain is my profile picture if anyone is interested in seeing it for some reason. The key on top is the copy of their house key.